welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be sharing a stewed soya chunks recipe, and I've had a request for this for the longest while, since before Diwali, from Alicia. So Alicia, this video is for you. I'm so sorry that I took so long to do it, but it's finally here. So if you guys want to see this amazingly delicious vegetarian recipe for stewed soya chunks, then keep watching. So I have some boiling water here and I'm going to add some salt to it. And I'm gonna add this pack of soya chunks. This is the brand I use, Chatter. And I don't know if you could see the color of it. It's like a light brown. There's also a really dark brown soya as well. So this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna add the entire bag to this boiling water. So I'm just gonna let this boil for about 15 minutes because I want to rehydrate it. As soon as this is finished boiling, I'll come back and show you the next step. So it's been 15 minutes, and if you notice, the soya chunks got really nice and puffed up because it absorbed most of the water in there. So you'll notice the water has gotten lower in the pot. That's because the soya chunks soaked up most of it. So this is exactly how you want it to look. It's gonna have like a jelly-like texture, and it's gonna be quite heavy. So all I'm going to do now is turn the stove off, and I'm going to strain this to get all that hot water out of it. So make sure you let it cool. Then you're going to take your hands, pick up some of the soya chunks inside, and you're going to go ahead and just squeeze it. And if you can put it in a cloth, like a cheesecloth or something, and you just want to make sure that all that liquid that it's soaked up is going to come out of the soya chunks. So I've already squeezed out the liquid from the soya chunks, so now it's time to season it. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, not too much. I'm also adding some Caribbean green seasoning, and the recipe for this will be linked in the upper right hand corner. And this just consists of some Shadon Beni or Bandhania, also called Culantro, some garlic, some hot pepper, and some scallions. So it's a really basic green seasoning, but it's very, very flavorful. And if you want to make this but you don't have access to the Shadon Beni or the Culantro, you can definitely use cilantro in place of it. So give that a good mix. I'm gonna add a hot pepper. You can omit this if you don't want the spice. I'm adding an onion as well as some pimento peppers, and these peppers are just for flavor. Some of them can be quite hot, some of them can be mild. So you just have to make sure you smell them before you use them. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. This is my favorite soy sauce, the yellow label. You can add as much or as little as you'd want. You can add and mix and, just to achieve the color that you are looking for. Now I'm adding a little bit of ketchup, and I'm using this Swiss ketchup. And you can definitely add whatever seasonings you want to add to this. Soya is something kind of like tofu. It soaks up whatever seasonings you add to it. So you can add like cayenne pepper, paprika. You can go in with some black pepper. You can go in with some Cajun seasoning. You can add whatever you want. This is just the way I do mine. So you guys can tweak the recipe to however you want to do it. Now if you want, you can let it marinate for a couple minutes, for about 30 minutes. And then you can go ahead and cook it, or you can cook it right away. It's up to you. So to my pot on medium heat, I'm gonna add some oil in. And I've actually stopped stewing with sugar, but for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna show you how to stew it with sugar, and in the future, I'll show you how to do it without sugar. Honestly, I find it tastes much better without the sugar, and it's much healthier for you. So I'm just adding some sugar. So if you don't want to use sugar for this stew, then you can omit adding the sugar and just add the hot oil. You could season up the soya the exact same way I did, and when the oil gets hot, add your seasoned soya to that hot oil. And it's gonna taste really nice even though you don't add sugar. And the sugar just gives a nice caramel or sweet flavor. So if you want to omit that sweet flavor, like if you're diabetic, then you can totally omit it. So you want to go in with a dry spoon and just stir it around. And you'll notice a nice golden color is gonna form. So this is the color you're looking for. You'll notice the sugar is gonna get very nice and golden brown, like a nice caramel color. And if you look at it closely, it's starting to swell and move to the sides of the pan. See how it's starting to swell? And you'll notice all those bubbles starting to form. So my sugar is ready right now, and I'm gonna add that seasoned soya in there. So after about 10 minutes, you can add a little bit of hot water to this if you want a sauce, or if you want to leave it dry, then you can leave it as it is. Just taste it to see what it needs. I actually want a little bit of sauce in mine, so I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid. Some hot water. And I'm just gonna leave this for the next 5 minutes and let it create a thick sauce. So it's been another 5 minutes, and I like the amount of sauce that I got, so I'm gonna turn it off. I already tasted it for salt and everything else, so it's good enough for me. The only thing that you may want to add is a little more soy sauce just for the color, or you may want to add some more ketchup, or anything you want to add, you can do it at this point before you turn the heat off. And the last thing I like to add is some chopped Shadon Beni or Bandhania. I just like to finish it with it. So it's as simple as that to make stewed soya. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is for a lovely girl named Alicia. She's been requesting that I make this for the longest while, since before Diwali, and I just haven't had time to make it, so I'm finally doing it for her. Be sure to leave me your comments below. Let me know what you think about this recipe. It's very simple, or you can tweak this recipe to how you want. You don't have to follow exactly what I did. So I hope you all enjoyed it. You can serve this with roti or rice. If you're doing it dry, then you can eat it like cutters or appetizers. If you want to eat it with rice or roti, then I'd suggest you add enough sauce so you could dip, or you could mix it in with the rice. Or you can even have this dry with beans and rice. It's totally up to you how you want to serve it. Be sure to leave me all your comments below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe so you'll stay updated with all my latest videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!